Hi, good day to everyone. I will be reporting my study, which is analyzation of the effectiveness and efficiency in BPO process in RCG Global Services in terms of project maturity. So my name is Acer de los Santos from School of Industrial Engineering and Engineering and Management, and my program is Master of Science in Engineering and Management. Sir Abstract. So in today's business world, many companies prefer outsource as their number one strategy to fulfill that they need one. The most in-demand industry here in the Philippines is BPO, which is an outsourcing company. One of them is RCG Global Services, and it has many projects. And one of the project is Project Insurity. So this is the two companies. So RCG Global Services is the one that is the outsourcing company, and one of their clients is Insurity, which is an American insurance company that services a big insurance company in the US. So our introduction. So in today's fast-paced business environment, many companies have their own strategy to improve their services to their clients. One of them is outsourcing, which saves the time and financially. With outsourcing, they do not need to train people directly and involved with the organizational development. With RCG, Philippines gives computerized sustainment, quality, confirming design, web and portable application advances, as well as big businesses joining to assist their clients with understanding their advanced desires. So, I just want to inform you that more than 70% of RCG Seaward Group works US business hours. So, the business hours of RCG is about mostly 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. So we will now also be discussing the business process outsourcing work. So how does business process really work in corporate environment, mostly in their host country? So I will be showing you to now. So this is the business flow process for outsourcing. So first, we need to establish company RCG establish a contract, also in surety that includes inquire, form, and sales team with email or call. So after that, we need a requirement analysis, which it includes high and detailed understanding of requirement. Next is pricing and contracting. It includes pricing confirmation and contracting SLA. Next is project initiation, which adapt it to your needs and capture audience attention. Last is the project steady state, which is the side is 100% editable, so adapt to your needs and capture audience attention. So mostly this is in the final stages of business flow process in outsourcing. So what is the background of the study? So the background of the study, BPO company today is the top one employer in the Philippines. So and with their companies, they have their own finance and marketing strategy that they implement to be competitive in the industry. So one company is RCG Global Services in Makati office that has a lot of projects. So one of them is Insurity. And with this study, we can see what are the gaps and benefits in the research. Also, there are many existing research paper about on their policies, problems, and other positive and negative situations that they encounter. With this research, we can go more deeper and find the needed gaps that can be improved in BPO industries and with their clients. So our statement of the problem is we need to identify the gaps of RCG Global Services and its client Insurity. So mostly these gaps because Insurity is in the US. So one of the problems is communications, which leads to delay in project and long duration of software errors, client exiting Insurity, and a high turnover rate. With these problems, we can identify and solve it by using different tools that are given and presented, and with that, it will give more accurate details on the problem and a solution to it. So the methodology is that for RCG, we will use a SWOT analysis tool So we can get more in-depth to the company, its details, its problems, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And also, as you can see, BPO is number one, as I said, number one employer in the Philippines. So this is so now I am showing you the SWOT analysis of RCG Global Services. So I will be discussing all of this, just a minimal amount of it. So one of the strengths is capacity to scale with client needs rapidly, admittance to ability for client at a lower cost point, industry support from government through BPO policies and having tax incentives. So that's one of their strengths. So one of their weaknesses is mostly, if I will analyze it, is the idea of offshoring. Some of the time implies that associates are reluctant to talk and promote the value they are getting, making reference and statement hard to source. One of the opportunities of them is offer extra benefit in value-added services, particularly in the part of training, strategic human resources management, because RCG is the local country, so it has advantage of focusing on the training of its people than insurity hiring, and then they will hire remotely in their local country like the Philippines. So one of also the threats is the competitive nature of the business. As we can see, insurance is industry is a very big business and a fast-paced business. So, with respect to the time, exertion, and cost for effective offshoring, we need to have a competitive advantage uh, to gain more and to have an advantage to its competitors. So, SWOT analysis also of insurity. So, I also use a SWOT analysis for insurity, the client of RCG Global Services. So, why? Why did I use it? So that I could see their main strength, or if they have the excellent customer service, if also they had a strong financial position, and also the threats and weaknesses that the company is encountering. So this is the SWOT analysis of insurity. So one of its strengths is the high level of customer satisfaction, strong cybersecurity, and a strong financial position. Even if there's COVID, from what I know, they have a strong, good balance sheet, as you can see. The other one is its weaknesses, which is it has a high turnover rate to the company, which is internally medium to high. So its opportunities is new clients are coming in also. From what I know, the client that is coming is a big company. So the threats. So the threat of competitors that have more advanced software may lead clients to exit in the industry and transfer to other companies that has more advanced software, which lessen its process time. So we also use here Ishikai diagram, which with Ishikai diagram we can see the gaps and bottlenecks of each department and projects, which causes negative impact to the project and stakeholders. So as you can see here, the potential reasons for low quality scores, uh, mostly here in the environment, the performance, either the employees or mostly it's employees. Uh, Environment also. We can see that it is a COVID season, so many people are getting insurance because health insurance because they want to be safe, and also their family will be protected. And also here is more on the personnel and I think it's a material use, more on the software side and its employees. So we can see all the gaps and bottlenecks here, and more in my future slide, we can see how it will be solved. So results and discussion. So we use a TOES matrix. So TOES matrix. So what if? if anyone will tell you, what is Toast Matrix? It is the same as SWOT analysis, but in a deeper way. So, next. So, this is one of the samples of Toast Matrix of RCG Global Services. So, as you can see here, the SO, which is the strengths, opportunities, strengths and threats, weaknesses and opportunities, and weaknesses and threats. So, as you can see, to in the SO part, company should invest more on business development, which will benefit its present services and business processes. One of its ST is company should invest more on the human resources development, which will identify improvements that will directly benefit the employees and company. So directly hiring or investing in a consultancy team, in optimization to minimize delays in the process and maximize the and implement the competitive advantage of the company. So one of its WO is to minimize the technical errors. The company should train its technical, learn more on upskill level to implement more on preventive measurement. One of its WT is the company needs to implement a software that pulls data, which shows real time on it's underperforming in the company. So one of the software that we can use is the Power BI, which is it gives the upper management and middle management real-time data. So when you open it, it will shows the data, and with good accurate data, we can solve the problems that we can encounter, or mostly preventive measure. This is also the TOES matrix of insurity. So one of its SO is implementing investing in high quality cybersecurity. Will assure clients and future clients that insurity is a safe environment. The ST is when the company has a good track record in the software industry. These can be used to have a competitive advantage against its competitors, and it will boost its reputation in the insurance industry. With new client also in the part with new client coming in and uptrend sales in the insurance, the company can use this advantage to implement and improve employees' compensation salary. With this, it can minimize the turnover rate of insurity. Also, having a system implemented that can give a real-time data of the overall internal performance of the company, which it says here that we can use Power BI, one of the just example of a software that we can use. So here is the TOES matrix. So TOES matrix begin with an external environmental analysis, whereas the SWOT analysis begin with the internal analysis. So first we can look at the opportunities and threats. I will skip this part. So the TOES matrix is not just for organization with the highest levels of management. It can be a very useful tool for departments. So mostly in big corporation, upper management cannot just implement or make just a TOES analysis. Also the head departments. So this applies mostly in big corporations. So such as sales, marketing team, as well for individual employees working on an operational level. Once department or an employee's strengths are identified, they can be a chance further to become even better. The TOES matrix places an emphasis on the outside world. So overall, TOES matrix expose all of these gaps and angles that can be improved also and eliminated in the company by using TOES matrix, which is shown in the table provided. So this is one of the table. No, sorry, this is for Ishikai diagram. Okay. So in material, in machinery, okay. So as we can see, here's the for the Ishikai diagram. So in materials and machinery, it can be challenging to choose whether or not to upgrade your enterprise or ERP software. There are costs associated with remaining on outdated software, and you can be missing out on more opportunities than you realize. Many businesses believe that their current solution is working fine or that they deal with areas where it is insufficient. You shouldn't ignore upgrades, at least not in the long run, because they provide you enhanced functionality and other crucial features. We will talk about the advantage of upgrading ERP system and the significance of staying current in this blog. So one of I'm discussing here is the Ishikawa diagram, which is as the material, machinery, man. Okay, the example. So what is my conclusion and recommendation? So in this study, we have concluded that Toast matrix and Ishikawa diagram can really see the problem and the needed solution in Insurity and RCG global services. With Toast matrix, which is an advanced SWOT analysis, we can see how we use strength to maximize solution, strength to minimize threat, strategies that eliminate weaknesses and avoid threat, and last is using strategies that eliminate weaknesses to avoid threat. All of these breakdowns into details in the Toast matrix provided for Insurity and RCG Global Services. So as you can see here, all of the tools that I have used will really help the company because based on also the study that provided also in the abstract, the Toast matrix is really used in the decision making of upper management and companies. So that is the benefit of it. So what we recommend into this study is more of a top-down approach on implementing. So it's better to start first at the top, down to the bottom. So when implementing all of these strategies that we have provided, and weigh in the risks and study the timeline on each improvement that will be implemented in both RCG Global Services and Insurity, as each implementation will need an approval more on the financial department of both companies. Because the solution we provided is more on consultancy system, employee compensation, and software programs. So in the Toast matrix, one of the implementations that I want to carry out is more on the consultancy side and the software upgrades and employee compensation and the system also. So with good financial position, we can apply these four kinds of strategies. So with all of these both companies, with all of this will be implemented, it can outperform its competitors and stay in the insurance industry for the long term. So thank you for listening.